Hello and welcome to this episode of The Effects Loop. I'm your host, Jay Byrne, as usual. We got another unboxing today. More stuff showing up. I've been on this weird journey of like buying things and then returning it, and buying things and selling them back and getting new stuff and yeah. So, what I've got back here, which I am going to unbox, is a BOSS NEXTONE SPECIAL. And people can be like, interesting choice. Well, I figured I love the Katana Artist so much. That's become like my main amp. I play the Katana Artist constantly, all the freaking time. If I like that amp as much as I do, this amp should be just as good, and it does a slightly different thing. I think the biggest problem that I see when I read reviews are people are trying to upgrade from the Katana Artist to the NEXTONE Special. They're two different things. I look at it this way. The Katana Artist is your high gain option. It's kind of like your Marshall, your Soldano. Like, it's got those type of tones in it, okay? And the NEXTONE Special is more like your Fender type stuff.
I'm actually going to be in your video.
You're going to be in my video? Maybe you should wipe the chocolate off your mouth before I do it. I wanted something like my Fender Tone Master Twin, which I did end up selling in order to get this amp. But after doing a lot of research on, there's my child waving, there's Flames. Flames is in the video again. Yeah! But anyway, so I wanted something, I've been enjoying the clean tones on my Fender Tone Master Twin. I like those. I wanted something, I was thinking about getting a small Princeton as a practice amp, like one of the Tone Master ones, but I'm like, I'm not gonna spend $900 on a small nothing amp. Then I started doing more and more research on these NEXTONE Specials, and for the best that I can figure out, as far as I can tell, it seems like these amps can do pretty much what the Fender Tone Master Twin does. Pretty close to getting that same tone, because you've got different selections for your power tubes in it. You can do 6L6, 6V6, EL84, EL34. I mean, it's not tube, it's Boss's tube logic. It's fake, so it's emulating tube. But these are solid state amps as well as the Katana Artist. This is solid state amp with some digital components in it. That's how they work. So they're considered more solid state than anything else. They have actual transformers in them. 4 separate transformers. Shush. If you're gonna say that, go out there and don't be a part of the video if you don't want to hear me talk. So hopefully this can do at least what the Fender Tone Master Twin did, plus more, because that's kind of my whole idea. I still got my Katana Artist, I kept the Artist, and I figured I'd get the NEXTONE Special and use them to complement each other. This can do the stuff that the Artist can't do, and vice versa, which I think is the way to look at it. And I think it's the way Boss kind of thought of it. This isn't a replacement for the Katana Artist. This is a different version of that idea. But this actual amp is more expensive than the Katana. This cost me about $1,000, and I had to sell a bunch of pedals and an amp in order to get it. But yes, so we're gonna unbox. I did actually open it already. I kind of opened the top and looked inside because the box had a few crushy spots on it. So I wanted to make sure there was nothing broken in there, and as far as I can tell, it seems like nothing is broken. So let's get it out, right? Let's unbox. Ooh.
We get chocolate candies.
We don't get no candy anymore. Sweetwater hasn't been giving me any candy. Look, this is from Sweetwater. I didn't get any candy unless it's in the bottom of the box. So I didn't get any candy.
Sweetwater, I need my candy.
Right here.
Once they put the candy in there.
If it'll come out. There is a power cord in here. I can see it. Can your hand fit in that hole and grab the power cord out?
Yeah.
Can you reach it? Pull it out. There you go. Hey, look at that. Flames came in handy.
Even.
Power cord. You got a power cord.
You got this.
Oh, this thing's not light.
No candy, Daddy. No candy.
What is up with Sweetwater? Where's my candy? Nice.
Not looking mad because the only thing that I ever get from them is this.
It kind of looks like it's the same size as the Artist. It might be a little bit taller. I can't really tell.
Haha.
And what else comes in this box? Ugh.
Super glue.
Stuff.
Not candy.
A manual. Yes. All right. So we got that. That, this. We don't got no candy. You got plenty of candy from Easter, so go eat your Easter candy. Flames, would you like to read the basic features?
In a sec.
Well, there is no sec. The cool thing about these amps is they, the same thing with the Artist, okay, is it comes with the Wazacraft speaker. And in this one, it's a version of what they call it a Blue Bell or something like that. It's like a classic speaker that people used in their amps. It's a blue one, whereas the other one was a green one, which is supposedly, it's a redesigned greenback. This is a redesigned Blue Bell.
80-watt stage amp with 5-way power control, 3 dual channel presents and flexible foot switch support, adjustable solo boost.
I'm being Flames now. Because that's what you do in the background.
Adjustable solo boost for each channel, extra headroom switch for added punch.
Added punch, yeah.
Selectable American and British
Preamp EQs.
preamp EQs, custom tune controls for adjusting power amp response, FX loop. You might want to check that channel out. I've heard that
FX
channel
loop, there you go.
is really good.
Yeah.
MIDI,
USB, and XLR line output. With
USB, and XLR line
cab
out
IRs.
with cab IR, editor software for deep prompt power and customization.
And it has software, yes. And you can make it
British
sound
and American.
British and American.
Wait, crisp and sweet with organic comparison. Bold, punchy sound with solid voice.
Great, excellent. And it's Boss's Tube Logic. Tube Logic reproduces the complex interactive behaviors of classic tube designs in every way, providing authentic sound and feel with punchy attack, natural compression, dynamic speaker response, and big onstage presence. And with a variable power control, you can dial in your sweet spot tone at any volume. Yeah, that's Tube Logic. So I've turned this thing on, and I'm working on it. It's going to take some time to dial in a sound, but you can at least hear what we got here. The American and British, the tone stack thing is subtle, to say the least. But it isn't that bad. Actually, I find the cleans to be really nice. The got a little bit of slapback delay and a reverb on. It's 6L6, which I think is like deluxe reverb territory, and I've got the bright on without the bright switch on. There's a little bright switch thingy there. It really doesn't sound that much different. It doesn't sound bad actually without that bright on. So yeah, there's a lot to kind of get into here. So if I was to do 6V6, if you're in the room with me, you could hear the difference. It's a little bit bassier, I guess you could say, with the 6V6. If you go to EL84, and now if I go to EL84, I can change it to British tone stack. EL34. It's bigger and bolder, definitely. So the EL34 is a little bit bolder. 84. I'm digging the 6L6 right now with the American thing with the bright switch on, which kind of has a, it's very much like a deluxe reverb sound to it, so. Okay, and I'll show you the lead channel on here. The lead channel is a little harsh. I tried it already before I turned the camera on, because I was trying to dial in something. It can sound a little harsh, but this is without the bright cap on. So, I dialed down the brightness just a little bit on this one because there is a fizz in the top end, but I can kind of say right now, I've read a lot of reviews online about this, like the fizzy sound to the top end and the distortion that was bugging people. I can almost guarantee that that's because of the speaker in the amp. And once the speaker breaks in, that fizz will probably calm down. It needs to loosen up a little bit, because I can tell you flat out that my Katana Artist sounded much better after a good, couple of days or a week or two of playing in it. The speaker just kind of settled in and it sounded a heck of a lot better. Actually, it wasn't as boomy. It like loosened up, and I think that's what's going to end up happening with this. Obviously, I'll keep you updated on that, but I do believe that that's probably the case as far as this is concerned. It's just going to take me some time to figure it out. Let's just leave it like that for now. Let's try the, I got it on the 20 watt mode for now because max is just crazy loud. But let's try 6v6 and see if it sounds any different. It's definitely boomier. Definitely boomier. And then we go to, let's go to EL84s. It sounds scooped actually when you go to EL, but let's do British style, like actually the distortion sounds better in the higher registers. It's going to be loud, so. So it sounds better as you get higher up the dial. I'm noticing that the distortion characteristics in this amp match very well to like what it sounds like if you crank, say, like a deluxe reverb or a twin, or like like a Marshall like Plexi in a sense, but not so much. That's that high-end fizz. It's like they modeled that sound. But I honestly think that once the speaker breaks in, it'll calm down and you can get more out of it. I mean, yeah, maybe in the end this amp will almost be better for its clean tones than its distorted tones. But for me, it's not that big of a deal because I also have the Katana Artist, and that was kind of my intent. But yeah. So I don't know what to say. That's it for now. I don't really know how else to demonstrate it right now because I literally just got the thing. However, that is a general idea of what it sounds like. I can honestly say that the cleans are very, very close to what the Fender Tone Master sound like. Because a lot of people aren't saying that in reviews, and that's what I wanted to know. So what I'm saying in this video is, if you're looking for the clean channel to kind of emulate like what you're getting out of, say, like a Fender amp, like maybe your Tone Master or whatnot. To be honest with you, I think it sounds more almost like the Fender tube amps than even the Tone Master, because the Tone Master can be a bit really, really bright. Certain of them can be very, very bright. I think this almost sounds more like the actual tube version that I had of the Deluxe than the, because it's like a 112 instead. That's probably the reason why. But yes, the cleans, they do what they're supposed to do. They definitely have that sound. I haven't messed too much. Obviously, there's so much to mess around with. And I am going to get used to this before I even make a video about it, like a distinctive video. But I think I made the right decision, and I think this is going to be good in the end. The distortion channel needs some work, and I need to make it work and mess around with it and get some tones on it, and to get some, dial out that high-end fizz. I know there are ways to dial out the fizz, but like I said, I think once the speaker breaks in, it'll actually dial it out on its own. But anyway, I'm Jay Byrne, and this has been the Effects Loop, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. So.